Environment creates and shapes experience. Create a sacred space, a super sacred space today. We're going to hop into the super framework. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 236 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Every day this year, we're doing something to make us a better human being, to help us be a better version of ourselves. It's a little thing most days. Some days it's a little bit bigger than others, depending on us, right? Depending on where we are in our experiences and our situation will determine if some of the things I share are challenging for us or not. Guess what? Some of the exercises that we do are challenging for me, and I've been working on this stuff for a couple of decades. So today, we're thinking about our environment, and we are going to create an environment for ourselves, a sacred environment that shapes and allows us to have some quiet time, to have some peace of mind, to be able to actually think. I don't know about you, but I live in a pretty chaotic household these days, and it means it's even more important than ever for me to create and have my own sacred space, a space where I feel good, I feel safe, I feel protected, I feel quiet, I feel calm, and I can just breathe and think. Normally for me, that's outdoors. I like to go to the park and sit on my favorite bench that overlooks the entire city that I live in and has a view of the river. It's amazing. And I can just sit there and I can ponder and I can think and I can be at peace and quiet for a few minutes of the day. So why is this important? Our physical environment affects us, whether we believe it or not. It affects our everything state, our moods, our emotions, our thinking, and our spirit, the core of who we really are and who we want to be and how we want to show up in the world. Chaos creates spiritual noise and gets in the way of our signal of tapping into the bigger version of ourselves, our higher self, our whatever you happen to believe in. Creating a sacred space actually honors that, and it creates connection to the bigger version of ourselves, the one with the ideas of how to create what it is that we want in our life, the one that has ideas about how to change things that aren't really perfect for us yet, or to create things the way we want them versus just going with the flow of how things happen to show up in our life. Sacred space can be anywhere. It can be a corner of your house. It can be in your, okay, this is a really revealing secret. I had a really awesome closet in my old house and a not great relationship with my ex-husband. And so my closet was like my little sanctuary where I could go, pretend to be looking for clothes or an outfit for the day, and just have a few minutes to myself, a sacred space where nobody was going to come in there and bother me. Even the kids didn't really usually come into my closet. Anyway, I just thought of that. That just popped into my head. But that was my safe, sacred space, was a part of my closet. So it might be a closet in your house. It might be the pantry. I know people that will go hide in the pantry just for a couple of minutes of peace. So whatever works for us it's important that we do. Nowadays, I just step outside, and on our front porch, I have a little cozy spot set up where I can just sit and breathe, experience the sunshine, the fresh air, and a little bit of nature. So pick something and somewhere that works for you and create a space like that. In my office, I have a space like that too. I create little spaces like that all over the place. Because guess what? I never know when I'm going to need a little attitude adjustment or an opportunity to reset what I'm thinking about or how I'm thinking about something. Intentionally creating a space for spiritual practices removes the barriers to being consistent and actually showing up and doing it every day. If you have a dedicated space, hey, this is where I go to meditate every day. This is where I go to pray every day. This is where I go to feel good and actually dream about how I want my life to be and presuppose it so that I can bring it into, I can manifest it or bring it into creation. I can bring it into my life. We should never underestimate the power of our imagination. Our imagination creates everything. It can create things in a good way. It can create things in a bad way. So be careful what you're thinking. It's really easy to get sucked into the negativity that swirls around us sometimes. And that's why it's so important to protect our environment and make sure we're choosing the people we hang around with. We're choosing the situations that we physically put ourselves into. We're choosing what we feed our brain and our attention and what we pay attention to. So what are we going to do with this for today? Today, I challenge you, if you do not have a space, a sacred, safe, quiet space, I say quiet because quiet's important to me. It might not be important to you. Maybe it's a place where you go listen to music. Maybe it's in your car. I will tell you, for about 12 years, for 15 years, my sacred space was in my car to and from work. Why? It was literally the only time I had any peace and quiet in my entire life. When my kids were little, it was absolutely crazy running through our lives and running through my life, because I was the one that ran them around the most for their sports and for their entertainment and for snowboarding and skateboarding, whatever they were interested in at the time. So what are we going to do today? We're going to make sure we have a space. If you want to share a picture of your sacred space, that would be awesome, so we can learn from one another and get ideas. I have a couple. Like I said, there's a sacred space in my bedroom. There's a sacred space in my recording area, in my office. There's a sacred space outside. There's a sacred space in the park and different parks I love to go to. So pick what works for you. Share in the comments below if you've never created one, that you're creating one and that it's done when you create it. And then how it makes you feel to be there. Because I guarantee if you tap into how you feel, you will feel different in that space than you do outside of it. That's your challenge for today. Do you feel different in your sacred space than outside of it? Share in the comments below so we can learn from another. If you have any questions, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely marvelous day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.